Gonna need your arm, okay? So we're going to get into the session flow for rotator cuff injury. I'm going to show 3 different ways of working the rotator cuff. One is prone, one is supine, and then sideline. Sideline is a really good way to get some mobility into the shoulder without worrying about gravity and stuff like that. First, you want to make sure your table is at a really good height where you're not really leaning over a lot. You want to get into a really good wide stance. First, starting off, meet your client where they are. If this is all they can do, then this is all they can do. And you can just start mobilizing the shoulder right here. This position, you can bring your arm underneath just for extra support in that shoulder. And this arm is going to help externally rotate, internally rotate, and move forward and back and stuff like that. Like we can start with the scapula, mobilizing that, putting pressure on the rhomboids, putting pressure on the levator scapula, checking for that. We can go teres minor, teres major, latissimus dorsi, all of them work together. And just take your time, find the sticky points. Now, a lot of the work that we're going to do is going to be pin and stretch for a dysfunction and even tendinopathy. Actually, for tendinopathy, if there's a little bit of inflammation, get an ice pack or I have like a ice roller, numb the area, and then do some compression work, some pin and stretching, because it's going to be painful if you don't. But we're going to be very cautious of inflammation, any type of inflammation. They don't show signs of inflammation and the injury is more than 6 to 8 weeks old, we can start doing some really good muscle work for the shoulder. So once you mobilize, and we already went through mobilization with another dysfunction, so I'm not going to go too much into that. We can start with some pin and stretching. I like to start with, see, you can find it, her scapula. Okay. There's inferior angle right there. It pops out pretty much. But there's a lot of tension up here. Like I have no space. I have no space between the angle of the scapula and her neck. There's very little space. So we can work a lot with those muscles of the neck too. So I'm just going to feel around. Teres, we're going to work with the teres major and minor. I'll start with the insertion point. We can do some NMT here, right there. I like to start in a more shortened position, just so that it's not already a stressed position. It's not elongated. So get in the shortened position. Start frictioning, which they all pretty much meet right here in the crevice of the shoulder. And then we're just going to go out till we find that angle. And then I start at the angle of the scapula, the bottom part of the scapula, and then just work around along the border. Start frictioning along the border. So all this is going to be tight if they have some type of dysfunction. So now we're in the infraspinatus. I'm right under the spine of the scapula. And then to get to the supraspinatus, go above, right above the spine. And then it's just that little tiny little muscle that's just sitting right in that little groove. And then the origin is right here. The insertion is by the acromion. I want to friction right there in that joint. Very light. I'm not digging in there because I'm just on the first layer. So there's no need to just dig in there. We just want to warm it up. And if you got a massage gun, warm it up with a massage gun. Okay? And then get in there. Then, starting with the pin and stretch, you can pin down the teres minor and then internally rotate. And then we're just going to work. And then we're going infraspinatus. This is a more broad muscle. So you can do this a couple of times, working the full scapula. And once you get all into that infraspinatus, to do the supraspinatus, we're going to start out so the supraspinatus, it laterally extend just about right here, and then it has the arm come in to right here. So this is about full range of motion for the supraspinatus. You can turn the arm whichever way, and then you're going to pin it down and then just bring that arm in to lengthen it. Do that about 3 to 5 times. Okay. We could work the rhomboids and the levator scapula. So right here, come right here, bring my hand under the shoulder, and I just bring my elbow and forearm and scoop out towards me. Scoop down towards me for levator scapula. Just to stretch it and to see how far it will go. If I really need to go in, then I'll do NMT for levator scapula. Or you could just put some pressure on the insertion. Bring your hand right here and just push into your thumb for a release. And then we're just going to stretch it out again. And mobilize. We're going to go into external rotation of the shoulder. Right here, I'm supporting their arm, so I have full control. I'm looking at the shoulder. If you want to brace it down, bring that other arm right here. And then we can do some PNF cycles right here. So you can press down towards the floor for me. Let it go. Press down again. Let it go. Good. Bring the arm all the way right here. Stretch the front part, their pecs. Some mobility in. If they're not able to do that, then skip it. Right? We just work within what the client is able to do. We can open up the chest because most likely the chest is going to be tight. High possibility. Come right here. Get down low because all we're going to do is stand up. That's really good for the subscap.
Also makes it easier to get the teres right through there.
And the teres, right? We can put some pressure on there. Push up.
Helps open the lats.
Right? If we want to really focus on those lats, we could put some pressure right here. Work our way down to the insertion point of the lats. Once we get there, we can go further. Now we have 2 connection points. Get funky with it. You're done, you can stretch it out, right? I like to, with the elbow, bring my hand into that elbow, bring my hand on top of the shoulder, and just pull back. And then to get more, you can rotate their arm down and then pull. Right? So that's going to help release all that